What's up guys? Welcome back to another home renovation video. In this video, we are starting up our archways. Here is one of the archways that we're going to be adding a frame to. And basically this frame is going to be a half of a pillar going up on this side. We're going to have crown molding up here and then another half of a pillar going over here. One small obstacle that we are going to have to encounter is cutting the chair rails here and over here, and also a piece off of the baseboards on both sides. We're gonna start measuring all of our material here, and then we can start trimming all the pieces that we need to, and we'll put everything together. Base pillars on both sides are now complete, and we're going to move on to the top crown molding. Okay, so the original trim that we had used for the top for the crown molding, while on its own, it does look good. And on the top of the bar window, it fits it perfectly. When we had put it up, we had decided that it looked a little bit too flat. I think how much these columns over here pop out had kind of overpowered and silenced the crown molding just a little bit. So what we did was we went out and got kind of the same piece, but it was a little bit thicker. And then also to bring it out just a little bit more from the wall, we're adding a back baseboard to the crown molding. So once it's on the wall, it's gonna stick out this much. In addition to that, we also picked up this piece of trim over here. And I think with everything combined together like this, we're gonna end up with something a lot better than what we had before. Not only that, but this bottom trim over here matches our crown molding almost exactly. So it's almost like an accent piece to the crown molding that we already have. We've already removed the piece that we had up here, so we're gonna put up the new piece and see how we like it. I think this is a lot better.
Definitely a lot better.
Moving on to the bottom, we have made up this little test piece here. We're gonna cut a section of it off and put it up here. We had one here, but we can't find it for whatever reason. We're gonna go ahead and make the final piece that is just going to slide right in. This is the entryway from the living room into the dining room. And this is what we're looking at. We have a little bit of wood filler sand on this one. As far as the rest of it, it's basically done. And then looking at the bottom of the archways, we have these pieces of molding as well. We've already gone through all of them and filled up what we needed to with wood filler. Some of the edges, just like this, needed a little bit more filling, but we got this nice and flat. I think these turned out pretty good too. Here's the other one. And then we have the archway that goes into the kitchen from the dining room. This one is basically about 99% complete. All of this is nice and smooth and basically ready for paint. And yeah, for the most part, the archways are complete. The last one that we've been working on is the one that goes from the kitchen into the living room. This one, we still need to fill up some of the holes that are in it, but the bottoms are complete. Okay, so at this point, all of the archways are done. I'm gonna take you around and show you what we've got. This is the entryway into the dining room from the living room. The house is still kind of under construction, so I've got this pulled out where we filled and flattened all of this piece right here. This is actually a few pieces put together, but we got this nice and flat, so it looks like one solid piece. This is from the kitchen into the dining room. I love how these turned out. We filled up just about every kind of seam that we could, really trying to make this look like one solid piece. As we move to the top of the archways, we originally planned on putting wood filler on this piece right here, but it would have taken forever to sand and flatten out, and that would have been one hell of a shoulder workout. So we opted for putting a board here, and then all we really had to do was just fill the little nail spots and then whatever gaps we had left, kind of like over here. Once again, these are several pieces put together, and we filled everything to make it look nice and seamless. We have a back board here to push out the molding, and then this bottom trim is its own piece too. And then of course, the board that we put down here. In addition to that, we also cut the corners off of the bar window. That way we have a nice matching set of archway top pieces. And totally not necessary, but we wanted to do it anyways. We removed all of the baseboard that was originally here. It had seen a lifetime of scuffs, of scratches, of indentations. So we figured we might as well get rid of all of it and replace all of the baseboard here in the dining room. One of the lessons that I learned with doing this is you saw me use a angle grinder for the baseboard down here and also the chair rail. I think after today, we're probably going to invest in a multi-tool, just like that one. Because while we don't care about these floors, we're probably gonna have to remove more baseboards around the house. So I think it would be a pretty good investment. That way we don't end up with cuts like this. Well, that's really all we have for this video. The Archways was one hell of a project. I'm glad that we did all 3 archways and not one now, one when we do the kitchen, and then another when we do the living room, because that would have made this entire process so much longer. Do you like how they turned out?
I love them. They turned out better than I thought they would, honestly.
Yeah, I'm also really glad that we added that back piece and the bottom trim to the top of the arches, because the way we had it before was like too flat, I think.
Yeah.
But it matches the crown molding too, so.
Pulls it all together.
Yep.
Hey, Dino. What are you doing?
Jesus Christ. So now that we've got the wainscoting done, the ceiling has been painted, we've got the crown molding, we've got our chandelier, and the archways are done. What's left?
Just time to prep for paint.
It's time to prep for paint. So we're gonna start doing that, and we'll see you guys in the next home renovation video.